So run, Fat Boy Run, which is rather nice because you're a slim bloke. You're not fat.
I did well. We made it just off the back of After Hot Fuzz, which I'd got very much in shape for. So I had to wear a sort of latex leotard with a little tummy and some boobs to make me look kind of fat. And it was inconvenient, to say the least, particularly when needing the loo.
And with those airbrushed on or painted on shorts upon you. Yeah. Tell us a bit more about the plot then. So Dennis jilts the love of his life. Why does he do that?
I don't know. It's Tandy Newton. That's the one bit I read the script and thought, what?
He thinks, nah.
I know.
Not for me.
I think he doesn't feel that he's good enough for her. I think it somehow rationalises that it's not a good thing to do. So he leaves her when she's pregnant. He's not a nice character at first. It's quite a job to make him likeable. But he runs away and then realises 5 years later that it was the biggest mistake he could possibly ever make, and decides that he needs to prove to her that he can be a good person, and does so by trying to run the marathon.
But the reason, we just saw a glimpse of him, the reason he does that is because, she's got a new man.
Hank Azaria turns up.
Hank Azaria turns up.
Mo the bartender from The Simpsons turns up.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's
and
not.
Apu and Chief Wiggum and Professor Frink. Yeah.
I did not know that.
But he's far from looking like Mo the bartender. He's a hunk.
He is a hunk, as we see in this moment.
There we are. Oh, the powder scene. Again, another scene I don't want to see to myself. What's going on here?
It's all a bit early morning, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. There are some really, really nice bits in the film, like the drinking the eggs, which is sort of...
That was the last thing we did on the whole shoot, was drinking the eggs.
So
and I thought...
a big pint pot of eggs, because I don't think we got it. Have we got it? We haven't got it. Typical, isn't it? We had a big pint pot of eggs, raw eggs, like Rocky.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Just saw it very briefly. And you had to...
It was supposed to... Yeah, it was like a homage to Rocky, but I have newfound respect for Sly for managing to do that, because it was like drinking a pint of nose stuff. Horrible. It was horrible.
We really hate Fleming.
That was me trying to censor myself for the morning.
It's breakfast television. Thank you, but we appreciate that, Simon.
Done the trunks and the talc, and now we're getting to the nose stuff.
What about David Schwimmer then? Did you know him before working on this together?
Yeah, we'd worked together on Band of Brothers, which we did in 2000, which I had a very small part in. And then we did a film together called Big Nothing last year, which completely coincidentally, because before that he'd got in contact because he'd seen Shaun of the Dead and thought that that I'd be good for Dennis, who's another similar kind of everyman kind of loser guy. That's my speciality. And so we put things in motion to do Run Fat Boy Run, but we did Big Nothing in between.
And interesting, of course, because as a director and also being an actor, I mean, was that quite hard as a fellow actor?
For David or for me?
No, for you to take the direction.
No, because I mean, I write, but I don't direct. When we do Hot Fuzz, Edgar Wright directs and I write, and then we separate and become actors. I think for David it was, and for us it was great, because he is an actor and he knows how to handle us and knows how we feel. You know, it's always good to have a director who understands what it is to be an actor, and David very much does. So, and he knows comedy as well. So it was a really good experience.
He was very praiseworthy about you. I saw an interview with him where he said, you know, you took the night shoots on the chin, you were there, you were meant to be sweating and it was freezing cold, and they were spraying you with water, and you were wearing those shorts.
I know. There were some nights when it was December, and I was in a tiny outfit, and it was raining, and I was lying on the ground in the wet, and it was freezing, but you know, I couldn't do anything else. You know, I love my job.
It's a comedy, but it really is very romantic, isn't it? I mean, at its heart, it's a lovely love story.
Absolutely, because it's about a guy who wants to, you know, he's very much in love, and he wants to. I mean, who wouldn't? You know, it's.
Yeah, but running the marathon to prove his love.
Yeah. It's a big... Well, that's what he has to do. I mean, when you run away from someone when they're pregnant at the altar, you've got to really pull out the big guns to prove that you're not
got to raise the bar just that little bit.
Slightly,
There's a great subplot in it as well with the wonderful Dylan Moran, because he has he's a gambler, isn't he? And he turns into your trainer again in the kind of Rocky role. Right. But he's had a bet on you doing it, and so that's really why he won't let you fail.
That's right. He's kind of it's in his interest for me to win. So yes, he's lost everything. So he needs me to win to get all his money back. So
he must have been a laugh on set.
It was great. Well, I've worked with Dylan because Dylan was in Shaun of the Dead, and we know each other from stand-up days. So you know, we're old pals.
Shaun of the Dead, which seems to be on constant loop on some of the movie channels. I think we've seen it in our house about 10 times as well. Yeah. And Hot Fuzz is doing the same. I mean, you can't really escape your old films, can you?
No, it's great. You know, it's really nice. It's done that well. I think there was a thing in Variety recently that said I think it was 60% of American males between 16 and 35 have it on DVD.
Really?
Which is just
good with the
bizarre.
stats.
Yeah, well, that's a hell of a stat.
That's a
one you
good
want to remember, isn't it?
I'll bowl that one out.
So what's coming next then, Simon? I mean, this is on release this week.
Yeah, this
September
comes out on the 7th.
Yeah.
We've got the premiere tonight, which is exciting.
Going in those shorts, by the way.
I will.
Wear something.
I should have done, shouldn't I? No, I've just completed a film in New York called How to Lose Friends and Alienate People.
Oh, the Toby Young book.
Yeah, Toby's book, with Jeff Bridges and Kirsten Dunst, which was amazing fun. And Nick Frost, who is my collaborator in Hot Fuzz, my best friend. We're just writing a movie together to shoot next year. So
is it just coincidence that your paths seem to be crossing with similar people in different projects, or do you like to work with people you know, who you trust? Who
like Dylan, you mean? Like,
yeah.
I think the thing is, the British comedy fraternity, it does seem a little bit like it's kind of a gang, but the fact is it's just very small, really. I mean, it's compared to the amount of actors that there are, the amount of comedians is actually smaller. So we all kind of tend to work with each other, but it's not a sort of jobs for the boys thing. Everyone's welcome, and there's always new people coming through. And but yeah, obviously in comedy you tend to come across the same people.
Same people.
Yeah.
And you've got the premiere tonight, as you were saying. What's it like when you're sitting there at a premiere watching your own film going out?
That's okay. It's outside is just dizzying and nerve-wracking, and you get out and everyone's screaming, and then you've got to do interviews, and then there are people who want you to sign things, and then they get annoyed at you if you don't, and then you've got to go over here and over there, and it always looks so glamorous,
but it's
not. Your heart's racing.
Fans.
Yeah, I know. You can't win. It's kind of it's a dizzying experience, but enormously fun.
Well, best of luck with the premiere.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.